Good morning. I am Major William Cawley, the Director of the Bureau of Training and Education. On behalf of the Commissioner, Colonel Christopher Paris, I would like to welcome you to our memorial service observing the 119th anniversary of the Pennsylvania State Police, a day to reflect upon over a century of honorable service to the citizens of this Commonwealth. Our reputation has endured because of the courage, dedication, professionalism, and the personal sacrifice that our women and men have made over the past 119 years. On this solemn day, as we take time to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, we will be presenting the State Police Cross to the family of Trooper Jacques F. Rougeau, Jr., who died in the line of duty on June 17th, 2023. At this time, would everyone please rise as we observe the national colors being carried by our mounted unit color guard, and for the singing of our national anthem by Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Robert E. Brallier, Troop H, Newport.
Detail, out and cut.
Command, help out, big.
Present, off.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Command, about, peace. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by State Police Chaplain Peter A. Keaty. Command, uncover.
I invite you to pray with me if you wish. God, creator of the universe, we gather today to pay respect to those 104 Pennsylvania state troopers who fell in the line of duty. Today we are reminded, as we were told, there is no higher expression of love than a person lay their life down for a friend, and how much more so for total strangers. These 104 were faithful to their oath, their calling to serve with courage and integrity. I ask for your presence to be with us this morning. May your comfort guide us as we pay rightful respect in remembering those who fulfilled their calling to the highest. I ask that your presence be with the families and friends. I ask that you would be with the Pennsylvania State Police on this morning, and I ask this in your precious name. Amen.
Man, cover. Please be seated.
Ceremonial, parade.
Joining us today are the Governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, the Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police, Colonel Christopher Paris, the Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens, the Deputy Commissioner of Staff, Lieutenant Colonel Joanne Reed, the Acting Deputy Commissioner of Administration and Professional Responsibility, Major Christopher King. Miss Brooke Mead, Special Assistant to the Commissioner. Captain Devin Bertowski, Director, Basic Training Division, Bureau of Training and Education. Lieutenant Adam Dickinson, Commander, Media Section, Bureau of Training and Education. Pennsylvania State Police Chaplain, Peter A. Keaty. We also have Captain Jamal Pratt, Commander, Recruitment Services Section, Bureau of Training and Education, who is leading the honor platoon this morning. Sergeant Adam Burke, Supervisor, Basic Training Section. Corporal Joshua Holstein, Firearms Unit Instructor, along with members of the 169th Cadet Class who are serving as our firing detail this morning. Our bugler, Sergeant Louis Gober, Troop H, Gettysburg. Members of the Pennsylvania State Police Pipe and Drum Corps. Our vocalist, Trooper Robert Brallier, Troop H, Newport. Members of the Bureau of Emergency and Special Operations, Mounted and Aviation Units. And cadets from the 169th and 170th Cadet Class. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my honor to introduce the Governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, for his remarks.
Thank you, Major Cawley. Good morning, everyone. I want to begin by acknowledging our leader, Colonel Christopher Paris, and his command staff. And I want to thank them for welcoming me here today, here to PSP headquarters, for the opportunity to honor our fallen heroes. Colonel Paris is a fine leader, as you all know. He is a trusted confidant to me, and he is a man of deep integrity. He represents the Pennsylvania State Police with honor, day in and day out, all across our great Commonwealth. The women and men of the Pennsylvania State Police, I know, go to work every single day to protect and to serve our Commonwealth and its communities. And it is my honor to serve as your governor and to have your backs. Traditionally, I know this ceremony is held at the PSP Academy in Hershey, in front of Memorial Wall, where 104 names are etched into the stone, so that we may honor their service and never, ever forget them. We're here, of course, at PSP headquarters, and the Colonel tells me this is the first time he believes this ceremony has ever been held here, because collectively we are showing that we have the backs of the state police, of our troopers today and those who will come tomorrow, because we are investing in a new academy to train the future generations of troopers. And I look forward to this ceremony being back at that facility when the work is complete. But no matter where we honor the 104 heroes, we salute them and their families and their sacrifice that they make. And so today, we gather to recognize not just that sacrifice, but we recognize their life in service. And we reaffirm today that we will never, ever forget. Today we honor the newest name, etched onto that wall and listed on this plaque, Trooper J. Rougeau, who embodied the department's legacy of service, a dedicated trooper, a public servant, a caring son, a loving husband. J. Rougeau was a warm and positive presence in every room he entered. In every part of his life, Jay wanted to give back and serve others. Whether he was on the court at the Corey YMCA mentoring local kids during youth basketball games, or of course on the job as a trooper. He was the kind of public servant that lived every day, putting others before himself, whether he was in uniform or not. And that is how he lived on June the 17th. That day was Jay's day off. He could have decided to take his well-earned and well-deserved rest and enjoy the weekend with Chloe and the dogs. That's not who he was. When he heard that his fellow troopers and his community were under attack, he activated himself. He raced into the station. He put on his gear, and he got a patrol car to protect his community. Jay's life was stolen from us because he drove toward danger to protect all of us. Today, I'm proud to join his fellow officers from Troop J and G and his wife Chloe, his mother Angela, and his family who are here, mourning his loss, honoring his life, and remembering his incredible sacrifice. We honor Trooper Rougeau and the memories of the 103 other troopers whose name are on that wall and on those plaques. We salute the very call that they answered. I believe wearing the badge is a mark of a noble profession, and I am here on behalf of a grateful Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 13 million strong, to thank the women and men in law enforcement for putting themselves on the line every single day for us. I have always admired and respected their strength, their willingness to put on a uniform, to kiss their families goodbye in the morning, and head out into the streets and in Pennsylvania communities with the goal of keeping us safe. Keeping us safe. Leaders like Lieutenant James Wagner of Troop G, who was injured in the line of duty that day. Lieutenant Wagner, we are grateful for your service, and we are glad to have you here and glad to have you on the mend. I know your families, all of your families, feel the strain of that commitment, and I know the burdens that they carry and the sacrifices that they make. Knowing that our officers, our troopers, head toward danger, toward conflict, when others literally run away, well, the First Lady and I are grateful for that, and knowing that you live your lives understanding that a split second could make a difference. To Chloe and to all the families who are here of our fallen troopers, the First Lady and I offer our deepest, most heartfelt condolences. And as we add Jay's name to the wall of honor, and it is honor, I want to thank Chloe for your service to this Commonwealth as well. I want to thank you for the courage and the strength that you've demonstrated, and through you, the courage that you have given others. Your willingness to lift up your voice and rightly demand that we do more when it comes to protecting police officers and state troopers all across this Commonwealth by addressing the unacceptable rise in gun violence and the challenges of mental health that oftentimes lead to destruction in our communities. Since we laid Trooper Rougeau to rest, I've had the privilege to get to know Chloe a bit. We sat in my office in the Capitol together. Chloe urged us to do better on these fronts, and she's right. Chloe, we hear you, and we are working toward that, and your powerful voice will help us make meaningful progress here in Pennsylvania. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your willingness to lend your voice to this important work. I admire you for your strength, truly. We owe it to Chloe. We owe it to all of you, to Stephanie and the others who are here who are mourning a loved one. We owe it to you to make sure that we are always there for you, that we support the work that our law enforcement does day in and day out. Please know that my administration will never take for granted the sacrifices of those in uniform and the families that stand with you, beside you, and behind you. We have your backs, both in words and in deeds, and that is why, as your governor, I'm working together with Colonel Paris to make sure that we make historic investments in our state police. We were proud to work together to secure funding for an additional 400 cadets last year, and we're coming back this year with 400 more. Now is the time to invest in law enforcement. Now is the time to invest in our state police. And under Colonel Paris's leadership, that is exactly what we are doing. Making those investments honors the work that people like Trooper Rougeau did. And we have to continue that commitment all across Pennsylvania. And so, to every family member here, to everyone who is mourning the loss of a loved one, to every person here committed to the safety and the well-being of the good people of Pennsylvania, I simply say thank you. And I hope you know that we will never, ever forget your loved one. We will never stop caring about you. And we will never stop respecting the fine women and men of the Pennsylvania State Police. We have your backs. We will continue to honor and respect the lives of your family members. And so, on behalf of a grateful Commonwealth, may the memory of Trooper Rougeau and everyone on that wall be a blessing unto all. Thank you, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you for his remarks the Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police, Colonel Christopher Paris.
Good morning and welcome to the Pennsylvania State Police Departmental Headquarters. I'd like to thank the Governor, the families of our fallen, our retirees and their families, our active personnel, both civilian and enlisted, and their families, our cadets, our elected officials, President Polishin and the Pennsylvania State Troopers Association, and all of our public safety partners. You honor us with your presence, and you honor the memory of the 104 troopers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. As the Governor said, normally, this ceremony is held at our academy. In the middle of a several $100 million capital building project, the investment for the future of the state police is clear. In December, we broke ground on that facility, and thanks to the support of the Governor and the legislature, by 2027, we hope to have a completed world-class, state-of-the-art training facility, which we shall endeavor to do two things. First, save the lives of those whom we serve. Second, through the best training anywhere, ensure the fewest number of names possible get added to this memorial behind me, as well as the new one which will be erected in Hershey. Today we celebrate and remember 119 years of service of the Pennsylvania State Police. Today we honor the sacrifice of the 104 brave souls who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. They are our beloved dead. We remember them not only for how they died, but also, and just as importantly, for how they lived, fulfilling the core purpose of the PSP, seeking justice, preserving peace, and improving the quality of life for all. On September 2nd, 1906, Privates Henry and Zeringer were murdered by members of the Black Hand, a dreaded group of criminals working in Jefferson County. 2 short weeks ago, our command staff conference took us to the State Museum, where an archivist showed us the preserved Black Hand that was used in the incident leading to their murder. In an intentionally disrespectful way, as I stared at it, it looked like something a group of 5-year-olds would make in an arts and craft hour. Simultaneously, as I looked at it, it was not lost on me the fear and the intimidation that that symbol engendered in the hearts and minds of the Black Hand's victims and potential victims. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Operating today, they probably would use a server located in some other foreign country that's untraceable and hide behind an anonymous social media platform. Yet, at that time in 1906, Privates Henry and Zeringer stood up to people who would inflict crime, fear, and disorder, and said, not on our watch. They sought justice, preserved peace, and improved the quality of life for all. On June 17, 2023, PSP Lewistown would come under attack. Lieutenant James Wagner and the women and men who were working at the time said, "Not on my watch." Trooper Jacques Rougeau and others who were not technically working on days off likewise said, "Not on my watch." They sought justice, preserved peace, and improved the quality of life for all. To Lieutenant James Wagner and his family, you being here with us today is an answer to a prayer, and we continue to pray for your ongoing recovery. To Chloe Rougeau, Jay's widow, and Angela, his mother, and his extended family, you all being here today are an answer to a prayer as well, a prayer of thanksgiving, collectively, for the man you loved, raised, supported, and married, for the sacrifice he made. Privates Henry and Zeringer in 1906 and Trooper Rougeau in 2023, bookends to the 101 troopers in between. May they never be forgotten. To the families of all of our fallen, may the memory of your loved ones always be a blessing to you. To our current members and our retirees and their respective families, thank you for your collective contributions and your continued service. To our cadets, note well what you see and hear today. Let the weight and tradition of 119 years sink in. You represent the future of the long gray line of PSP. Always remember well the mantle of responsibility you will carry forward. In closing, may God bless you all, your families, and the Pennsylvania State Police. Thank you very much.
At this time, I would ask Colonel Paris to please come forward for the presentation of the State Police Cross to Trooper Jacques Rougeau's wife, Chloe. Members of the Lebanon Quilters Guild have handcrafted intricate quilts made from state police uniforms to honor Pennsylvania State Police members killed in the line of duty. approximately 20 of the Guild's 160 members are actively involved in creating the quilted wall hangings for the families of members killed in the line of duty. Each quilt takes approximately 150 hours to create. Members of the Quilters Guild will now come forward to present a quilt to Miss Chloe Rougeau. Thank you for all of your time, dedication, and effort in making these heartfelt keepsakes. Captain Devin Bertowski will now read the biography of Trooper Rougeau, officially adding his name to the Pennsylvania State Police Honor Roll.
Trooper McMurray, front and center. Trooper Jock F. J. Rougeau, Jr. was born on September 7, 1993, and is the son of Angela Hunt Gervasio and stepson of Carlo Gervasio. Trooper Rougeau graduated from Corey Area High School in 2012 and attended Penn State Behrend before graduating from Penn State main campus in 2015 with a bachelor's degree in criminology. Jay enlisted with the Pennsylvania State Police on June 29, 2020, as a member of the 160th Cadet Class. Upon graduation from the State Police Academy on January 8, 2021, Trooper Rougeau was assigned to Patrol Unit at Troop J, York. He transferred to Troop G, Lewistown on March 18, 2023. Jay was a member of the Fraternal Order of Police. He loved the golf, played basketball, flying drones, and especially rooting on for Penn State football. On June 17, 2023, at approximately 11 a.m., a gunman arrived at Troop G, Lewistown, fired 2 rounds from a long gun into the station, then fled the scene. During the search for the actor, gunfire was reported in the area of Mifflintown Borough. When members responded, they located Lieutenant James A. Wagner, who had been struck by gunfire. Troopers then located the gunman near Port Royal in Walker Township, Juniata County, around 2:30 p.m., where another exchange of gunfire ensued, during which time Trooper Rougeau and the actor were both fatally wounded. Governor Josh Shapiro said, Trooper Rougeau had a servant's heart and lived a life of purpose as a dedicated trooper who loved cheering on Penn State football, playing pickup basketball at the Corey YMCA, and mentoring kids during youth basketball games. And in every part of his life, Jay wanted to give back and serve others. Trooper Rougeau is survived by his wife, Chloe Miller Rougeau, who he married September 30th, 2017 in Corey, Pennsylvania. His mother, Angela Hunt Gervasio, and his stepfather, Carlo Gervasio. His sister, Christina Rougeau Bailey, his brother, Justin Hunt, his maternal grandmother, Emily Hunt, and his maternal grandfather, Kenneth Hunt, and wife, Cheryl, along with multiple nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, and cousins. At 29 years of age, Trooper Rougeau was the 104th member of the department to be killed in the line of duty. Trooper McMurray, please escort the memorial plaque from the ceremony.
Lieutenant Adam Dickinson will now read the honor roll of the 104 heroes who have made the ultimate sacrifice by giving their lives in the performance of their duties. Would the audience please stay seated? Command staff, please rise.
Detail, attention!
John F. Henry, September 2nd, 1906. Francis A. Zeringer, September 2nd, 1906. Timothy Kelleher, September 14th, 1907. Mark A. Prynne, February 9th, 1909. John Garcia, February 21st, 1909. John L. Williams, August 22nd, 1909. Jack C. Smith, August 23rd, 1909. Robert V. Myers, March 28th, 1913. Andrew Zapp, April 28th, 1918. John F. Dargis, May 31st, 1918. Stanley W. Christ, December 1st, 1919. Ben F. McAvoy, September 21st, 1923. William J. Omler, October 25th, 1923. Francis L. Haley, October 14th, 1924. Edwin F. Haas, October 17th, 1924. Bernard S. C. McElroy, December 21st, 1924. Bertram Beach, December 10th, 1925. Claude F. Kesey, January 4th, 1927. Martin A. Hanaho, February 27th, 1927. Thomas E. Lipka, April 3rd, 1927. John M. Thomas, May 8th, 1927. John J. Downey, August 22nd, 1927. Vincent A. Hassan, December 27th, 1927. Sharon C. Weibel, February 6th, 1928. Andrew W. Miller, April 1st, 1928. J. F. Proof, August 29th, 1928. Russell T. Swanson, April 19th, 1929. Wells C. Hammond, October 14th, 1929. Brady C. Paul, December 27th, 1929. Thomas E. Lowry, January 31st, 1930. Arthur A. Copenhaver, July 13th, 1930. Charles L. Stewart, July 18th, 1930. Thomas B. Elder, March 22nd, 1931. Thomas G. McCarthy, May 12th, 1931. Orville A. Mooring, December 11th, 1931. Joseph A. Conrad, September 6th, 1932. Charles E. Householder, August 20th, 1933. Herbert P. Brantlinger, September 3rd, 1933. James A. Seary, September 10th, 1934. Floyd W. Madeira, December 11th, 1934. Joseph L. Fulton, June 4th, 1936. Joe B. Champion, July 15th, 1936. J. Lee Clark, March 1st, 1937. John E. Fessler, April 23rd, 1937. Joseph A. Hoffer, April 27th, 1937. John J. Borowski, August 14th, 1937. John D. Simonson, December 1st, 1937. Joseph M. Williams, October 8th, 1938. Charles H. Craven, October 11th, 1938. George D. Naughton, January 30th, 1939. Frederick J. Sutton, January 3rd, 1940. George J. Yasher, April 1st, 1940. Thomas P. Carey, June 17th, 1941. Dean N. Ziegler, October 17th, 1942. John A. Ditkoski, July 24th, 1950. Floyd B. Klaus, November 2nd, 1953. Joseph F. McMillan, May 13th, 1956. Philip C. Melly, November 3rd, 1957. Charles S. Stansky, January 23rd, 1958. Edward McHugh, May 31st, 1958. Stephen R. Gerke, August 24th, 1958. Francis M. Tessitore, August 5th, 1960. Anthony Bench, October 3rd, 1961. Edward W. Gundel, March 18th, 1962. Richard G. Barnhart, August 8th, 1964. Gary R. Rosenberger, December 12th, 1970. John S. Valent, December 9th, 1971. Robert D. Lapp, Jr., October 16th, 1972. Bruce C. Rankin, April 25th, 1973. Ross E. Snowden, January 17th, 1974. Leo M. Kiselnik, August 15th, 1977. Joseph J. Welsh, September 13th, 1977. Wayne C. Ebert, June 7th, 1978. Albert J. Izzo, June 13th, 1979. David D. Monahan, April 17th, 1980. Herbert A. Werfel, February 7th, 1982. William R. Evans, January 6th, 1983. Frank J. Bowen, October 26th, 1983. Gary W. Fisher, February 3rd, 1985. John J. Brown, February 14th, 1985. Rourke H. Ross, May 15th, 1986. Clinton W. Crawford, August 17th, 1987. John A. Angelevich, May 9th, 1988. Wayne D. Billheimer, April 12th, 1989. Paul Almer, April 12th, 1989. Arthur L. Hershey, January 3rd, 1999. Matthew R. Bond, January 14th, 2000. Todd C. Kelly, November 7th, 2001. Joseph J. Sepp, Jr., November 10th, 2002. Brian A. Patterson, February 14th, 2003. Joseph R. Picorni, Jr., December 12th, 2005. Joshua D. Miller, June 7th, 2009. Paul G. Ritchie, January 13th, 2010. Blake T. Coble, October 4th, 2012. Brian K. Dixon II, September 12th, 2014. David Kedra, September 30th, 2014. Landon E. Weaver, December 30th, 2016. Michael P. Stewart III, July 14th, 2017. Donald C. Brackett, May 18th, 2019. Monty R. Mitchell, February 8th, 2021. Young X. Martinez, October 21st, 2021. Martin F. Mack III, March 21st, 2022. Brandon T. Siska, March 21st, 2022. Jacques F. Rougeau Jr., June 17th, 2023. Would everyone please rise? Command staff, about face.
Detail, present, go! Fire detail, fire 3 volleys.
About face.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition at our memorial service to recite the Pennsylvania State Police Call of Honor. If those in our audience would like to follow along, it is printed on the back of your program. At this time, I would ask all active and retired members to please rise and recite the Pennsylvania State Police Call of Honor. I am
Pennsylvania State Trooper, a soldier of the law. To me is entrusted the honor of the force. I must serve honestly, faithfully, and if need be, lay down my life as others have done before me, rather than swerve from the path of duty. It is my duty to obey the law and to enforce it without any consideration of class, color, creed, or condition. It is also my duty to be of service to anyone who may be in danger or distress, and at all times so to conduct myself that the honor of the force may be upheld.
Thank you. The benediction will now be offered by Chaplain Keaty. Will everyone please rise? Command, uncover.
I again invite you to pray with me if you wish. God, it is good for us to be here, to memorialize those who gave their lives in the service to others. As we depart, may your hand of compassion and comfort be on family and friends. May it be on the retired and active members and support staff of the Pennsylvania State Police. May your courage be ours as we carry on, paying tribute and honor to the precious lives that have been lost. I ask that you would help us to walk with you as you desire. Provide us with the honor of your presence, that we may be bold in the face of evil and compassionate in the presence of brokenness. Again, God, I thank you for this time of remembrance, for it is good to do so. I ask for your blessing to be on the Commonwealth as a whole and on the Pennsylvania State Police specifically. And I ask all of this in the precious name. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated while our memorial guards give their final salute. I would like to thank everyone who assisted with the ceremony this morning. If you need anything or have any questions, please don't hesitate to approach any of our uniform members and we will be happy to assist you. Please remain in your seats until the cadet formations depart. Thank you for coming. Please have a safe trip home.